we're going to skip 17 for now. We're going to do 18 and 19 together, okay? 18 and 19. So what art inspires my game and what music enhances your game, okay? Art, you know what? I should pull up some pictures. Art that inspires my game. I don't even know if I keep these things around anymore. Do I even keep these? You know what? I doubt I do. I doubt that I do. Let's see. So what I tend to like are sort of abstract sceneries. Yeah, I don't think I keep things like this around anymore. Abstract sceneries. Things like with stairs floating in the air, or a castle that looks particularly different. Darn. So the pictures, yeah, like yeah, like islands floating in the air, or a particularly different creature sitting somewhere. Yeah, I don't want a normal, like, realistic picture or even a fantastical picture. I want something that makes something odd, right? I want something that's a little odd, so that I'm inspired, That's the whole point of this question, right? So that I'm inspired to think of an interesting plot, or an interesting quest, or an interesting item or enemy, or even a whole new creature. And maybe I'm probably thinking too narrow about this what art inspires me question. So not really abstract, right? But just stuff that's not real. That's the kind. So, and I wish I had some examples. If I wasn't so behind, maybe that's what I'll do. I'll do a follow-up on 18 later. And also, I'm probably thinking too narrow on art. I was just thinking visually. When I started building my own setting to run for Rollmaster, which was not the beginning of my role-playing, it was still, relatively speaking, it was early on, right? It was probably 3 or 4 years into my role-playing. I actually went through, like, all my movies and all my albums, looking for little nuggets that would inspire me. So I would actually say that one of the places that I've gotten the most inspiration from is my music, the music that I own. Either coming up with locations or plots or people. I've used almost none of it because that's not how I run my game. Like in the past, I've run my game very sandboxy, so I just throw people in and let them decide where to go, and I provide them opportunities at places, but and I start people at level 1, but a lot of the secrets aren't level 1 kind of secrets, like you run into them at level 1 and you're dead, or you don't understand what you saw, so I don't tend to throw them at players. Anyways, 19, what music enhances my game. I have not been a GM that uses a lot of music at my table. I've never done it until I ran some Dragon Age. When I ran some Dragon Age, that is when I think it was during, I was talking to Ribbit the other day about this. It was during character creation, when I had the players over for character creation. I put on the Dragon Age Origins soundtrack whole that somebody had on YouTube, and I just pulled it up. And after that was done, I had to go and find some more music, but I thought that was really good. And we played for 2 sessions, I think, or maybe it was just 1 session. I can't remember now. I went ahead and tried to find more like fantasy, dark epic kind of music tracks and throw it into the queue and played with it, but I didn't do any control, right? Like I didn't try to sync my fight scenes to fight music or anything else like that. Um, while I enjoy music, and even in the church, I can be like I find it that it's very important, and I'm very conscientious about choices that are being made and the structure and things like that. I'm not a I'm a musical person from the consumption side. I'm not a musical person from the production side, right? So I don't play any instruments, and I might be able to tell you why some things are good or some things are bad in music, but overall I probably couldn't tell you. So music is just not one of the things that I have sought to enhance my game with. Actually, what I've wanted to do more is more like 18 visual art. I've wanted to do more visual art to enhance the game. I've wanted to like go out there and basically just get a catalog of images of like a forest that looks like this, and a forest that looks like that, and a forest that looks like this, castle, 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 caves, plains, mountains, and just get all the things to say this is the kind of area that you're walking in now, and maybe just like put that up on a background somewhere. That's the kind of thing that I've wanted to do, not so much auditory. And I think that's because I think it's a lot easier for me to find art that I think is good, especially since it's scenery stuff. Like, just take a scenery. Don't get mushy and don't have, too much interference in your picture, and it's good. But music, I guess I'm a little snobby about music. Like, I just kind of assume that if you're not getting paid for it, it's not going to be very good. So I don't go looking for like free music to use or things like that. Um, but I mean, the push comes to shove, it just wasn't a thing that was ever on my mind, honestly. Like, I heard about other people using it, and I'm like, man, that's another thing to manage in the middle of my gameplay. I just don't want to do that kind of thing. So maybe someday, maybe Ribbit and I have talked about doing some co-GMing, and maybe in that kind of situation we can both kind of share the load and manage that kind of stuff. But yeah, not so much yet.